Hello, hello, and welcome to the Greatest Love of All podcast. Welcome back, I should say, as we are recording episodes weekly. So if this is the first time you found us, definitely check out the previous episodes. And if you are returning, you are in for a treat, as today we are going to be talking about how to find help in any situation with the power of your higher self, with the help of your higher self. So you are never helpless. And today we are just going to dive straight into that. And as a bonus at the very end, there is going to also be a little bit of a topic about why fear appears when we are starting on that journey. Why does it creep in and sort of tries to stop the progress? So, Ingvar, over to you, as you are our master of all things spiritual, I guess.
Mhm. So
So,
welcome again.
yes.
Uh, so how to find the help from your higher self in any situation? So I think this uh, topic will appear in our life, I think, quite often because sometimes we don't know what to do. We need the leader. Sometimes we need the leader in our life we can meet a situation which are very easy to solve, but sometimes they can be very difficult to solve. And what then? Some people they used to go for advice to the um, um, psychologist, maybe to the people who are interested in tarot, the cards. So sometimes they are using this for having the answer, but
Other people, right? Like we sometimes turn to people around us to find answers to different questions. And actually, just
right,
before you dive any further, I want to preface that this podcast is not about discouraging you from using external help.
no,
You know,
no,
psychologists have their place in, in any lives or situations. They have their place. They can do really, really important work too. But it is just a general example because we all have doubts. We all have moments where we just don't know. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? Like, it could be really trivial, and it could be really serious. So it could be either end of the spectrum, right?
right. So think now first, it is that you should ask your higher self for this help and how it is works. So of course, first of all, you should calm down when you are stressed or you know you have some serious situation, but sometimes it's not easy. But we have to maybe breathe, so then we will calm down. And then we have to think about our higher self, that higher self is all the time with us. It is no special, we don't have to do any special thing to reach the higher self because higher self is listening us all the time because this is the part of us.
Actually, there is such a comfort in that. Like, even when you say it and I think about it, there is an incredible comfort in knowing you are not alone. Like, no matter what the situation, there is higher self is always with you. And it's incredibly comforting feeling, actually.
Right. But there are some systems where they are telling that for example, in the church, in the Catholic religion, that if you do something wrong, then you have sins, right? So then to be forgiven, you have to first tell the Pater your sins, and then you can get the forgiveness. And this, I think, this create that some people are thinking. that in this time they are they are not connected, they are not protected from the angels or from the God, maybe. So
Like when so as you say, you know, if you sin, do you mean you are not protected before you confess your sins? What do you mean? Because I'm not
yes, right,
okay. So you have to obviously then confess your sins in order
because you
to
have done something wrong.
yes.
So then you have to plead for the help, yes, for forgiveness. So when you got this forgiveness, then you are uh, cleansed, and then you can ask for something more. But
That teaches us the external influence. Sorry to be getting into. I'm just trying to make sure everybody who's watching is following. So, do you mean
mhm,
that this part of conditioning in Catholic religion specifically
yes,
teaches us to look outside for help, right? Like,
right,
is that what you want us to get from
right,
that?
right. That is in my, of course, opinion, because maybe some pater will say that it is different, but just as I know, it looks like that. We are all the time connected. Without the connection with the God, we will not exist, because we are coming from the God. We are a product of the God. So if we are a product of the God, it is the same as a flower on the tree. Without the tree, the flower will not exist. Some people are won't tell us they, that we are exist without a God or without a connection, and then we have to do some uh, things. Yes, this conditions we that we have a condition that we have to fill those conditions, and then we can be able to, yes, to get the love of the God.
And actually, it's worth to clarify as well that neither you or I, neither of us are particularly religious. So even though both of us are from Catholic background, as we
Right.
are originally from Poland, neither of us is like we are not devout Christians. So when we refer
No.
to God, we I guess refer to the higher consciousness, right? Like to the universal creator, and this could be translated to any religion. So whatever religion you follow, whatever, however you define God, that's that same definition for us, right?
If you know that your higher consciousness is listening to you all the time, knows everything about you, because you are a part of it, and of course knows every solution in your life, and his point of view, his perception on you, it is that uh, from, for example, from my point of view, it can be a problem with some situation, but from this point of view, uh, it is not a problem at all. It is a problem of perception. So we ask our higher self, and then for a help, of course, we used to say, uh, please for help. And then we have to wait. Do not try to create no thoughts, for example, no situation. Just you have to wait and observe what is appear in your body. What kind of state will appear in your body? Because we have our body also to communicate with our higher self. Because without this, we it is the same with our life. So we need a body to communicate with other people too. So it is a screen, a kind of screen, and on the screen will appear uh, a state. Your state can be appear a state of the someone else, because when you are talking with someone else, you can feel the energy, the someone else energy on you. When you are observing your heart chakra, this place, and you see, I'm not showing here a little circle. No, I'm showing a wide place here. And this will appear, and from this feeling, you will know the answer, because suddenly will appear, calm down, be relaxed, don't be afraid. And mostly it is like this. And later, and the later, when you go more deeper, when you dive more deeper, so then you can sometimes feel, don't bother, or be a brave, be a confident. So you just have to l- listen. I mean, observe, sense it. What kind of state will, and this is the help. And of course, sometimes can happen the situations also that some person will came and give you the answer uh, which is resolving your situation. Or, for example, you will see the movie, and there you will see the solving of your situation.
So what you are
So,
saying essentially is that it's not like you are asking a question and the right, written answer comes back, right? It doesn't quite work like that.
mhm,
It's not like, the words don't come straight in and you don't have the full explanation. It's the feeling. And I actually know, like, multiple times, you would have told me to do something like that. And it's actually you almost have to start recognizing the feelings almost as a different language, because you start feeling the answer rather than hearing the answer. And this is the difference
right.
that I think people often struggle most with getting, that you have to learn to feel what the right answer is and stop trying to do the head thing. Just as we were talking in the last episode, we're trying to
Mhm.
think of the answer. That's not the way. We feel it.
Right. Because the feeling is first, and the second is thinking. So the state will appear, and uh, start to name it, what you feel inside. So you see, it is nothing different than I told you before. So it is about to recognize what you are feeling in your heart, because there is this source which knows everything, which is connected with everything, and there is this oneness. So from this, uh, from this state which is appearing here, so you know the situation, you know uh, what to do, and maybe not to do anything sometimes, to just wait, because maybe some people want to from you that you should do something to use you, for example, but if you don't do anything, then he can't use you. So you don't make any action in this, and then the situation will disappear maybe. So that's the part of the solving what you get from your heart. So the first it is to stand here in your heart, and because when you are standing here, as I said, this is a level of consciousness. So you are a student of the master. The master is the level. So you are watching this, you're observing, and from this you learn it. If sometimes people want to get to this level, so we were talking in the last episode about that. Sometimes will appear a fear. Why it is happen? Because you see, the subconsciousness, it is defending his resources. So the same as a dog is defending his resources when you want to take his food. So first, the dog will start to afraid that someone will take his resources. But when you manage to take this food, what happened then? Dog, calm down, because you are the uh, master. Yes. So you see, when you go here, so then you are the master.
And the fear is the growling.
Yes,
Fear is the
right.
growling. So how long do you think something like that lasts? So say, we are if somebody is beginning to do it, like how long? What's the process to get from growling to I'm the master? Like what's the process for that?
And this can be very quick. So I mean that, uh, of course, if this will appear, because maybe will not appear, and this can be also, and it is quite often. But if appear, so then can be for a while. It is a kind of a challenge for you, because you are changing the levels, so you are changing your life also. So the subconsciousness, uh, which is defending these old patterns, patterns mean resources, is defending because subconscious don't know what will be when you beyond this. So it is the same with us. When we, for example, arrive in some foreign country, so some people are afraid what they can find out there. But if they are start to live in this land, so the fear is gone after. So you see, it is a journey. So you are ju- just changing a land. You're
A growing pain, right? Like we get growing pains actually
Yes,
when you are growing, and it's a very good way to look at this. You can't, like, any shift and any change, whether it's internally in your body. So even if you go and start exercising and you want to grow muscle, it hurts at first. It really
right,
hurts, right? And it's the same
right.
with this. It's just a growing pain you
Yes,
have to learn to overcome.
yes. So you used to it, and you know that the beginning can be painful, but uh, on the other way, it can be also very pleasure, because when you are reach this level, you feel the pleasure because you feel love. So you see, you have to choose between the fear and love. So you see, and I think this is easy now. What you should choose, but not for everyone, because some people are so scared and they are, you know, sitting in this fear for so long time. So they used to it to be in this situation. So uh, it is the same when, for example, a wife have wife. It is a wife and a husband, and the husband is using the alcohol and after is angry, and some wives are still in this marriage and they are don't believe that it can be change something if they leave the husband. So they choosing stay with the husband, even when they were uh, intoxicated by him and beating or some abusing in many ways. So they are feel a prey. So you see, people are feeling a prey of the fear. So they are choosing to stay because they're afraid that if they are choosing love, so what then can happen? They know the situation. They know this fear because this fear can stand. Stay with them for many years. So they know this very well. But what if they go in this new situation? I mean, this love, and I can observe also in the people who, that they are going on this level, yeah, and they feel great, and after they falling down, and this is again they go again on the heart level, and they are falling. But this is their path, of course. But I believe that on the end that they will just be on this, at least they will stay on the heart level. But this what they know, it is holding them all the time, and not only that, uh, the situation is holding the people around them. It's holding him because those people have the same pattern what he has. So sometimes when you are changing your inner pattern, when you're changing, when you are going in the heart, you reach this level. So sometimes you can observe that some of your friends disappear, or they start quarreling with you because they are afraid. They want to hold you on this level, this old level, where they know you that you were belong from
Because
this.
actually it helps them to stay on that
Right,
level too, right? It's like it's almost like
right,
a pattern of, it's like a web, right? It's like by you staying where you are, you serve as a confirmation to others that what they do is right too. So the moment you start changing, you become a thread to they status quo, right? So it's kind of like it is that kind of shift, right? And you have to recognize that then, are you happy to step out and maybe find people who will help you stay on the new level you want to be, or maybe even help you go higher, right? And it's that continuous progress. But actually, you are doing disjustice, disservice to your friends who are trying to hold you down by staying there too. Because maybe sometimes, when you change, it shifts something there too, right? And it's that kind of the
Right.
domino effect later.
Yes, that's right. When I began my journey with this heart level, that was 40 years almost, and I remember that uh, my family was, was a little bit. That wasn't for them a normal situation that I am. And they, some of them, they were laughing for me, of course, that what you are saying is about the heart, of course. You are telling the same that you should listen the heart and to anyone who is around you. But this was what I felt in my heart. After the while, 10 years was, um, passing, and I saw that the members of my family they change also. So you see, sometimes uh, in some situation, maybe you will be the one who is have this brave, who's brave and changing yourself and showing the another from your environment that this stuff that they can be, they can go. I don't say after you, no, but you can be. Uh,
Trailblazer. You set the
yeah,
trail so it's easier for others to follow in your footsteps.
yes,
Yes.
example, yes. So you will be example. So and then they show you that okay, he managed, so I will manage too. So and of course, it is the another uh, thing what I want to tell because it is connected to this how you can ask for help because mostly we are asking for help when we have a difficult situation, but you can also ask without this in every time. So how your heart will tell you what kind of point of view, what kind of perceiving is heart perceiving on the situation, what is in your heart. So you can ask in the simplest situation. So, and then I think it is even better because you exercise the connection and receiving the answer. And of course, so you will know yourself better because it is about to know yourself. So the state will appear, and from the state, okay, I know what to do now. And if you do this every day, so I think you will be, how to say, surprised. You can be surprised how good it this works. Of course, when you are doing this. So you see that you can change your life. You can change your perceiving of your life. So because it is also the perceiving that you perceive your life in some your way, and when you are listening hard, that it can be different. So you see, and when you are trustful to your heart, and you get this advice, you will. Um, use in your life. So you see, oh, then it works. It works again. It works again. Oh, so you see, from your point of view and point of view, your heart, you can, you can get something more. So, but maybe for some people that which are wanted to, live very strong. I mean that very emotional, because there are some people that they want to live very emotional, and the, uh, especially, for example, when the people are in the relationship, so they are want the emotion in this relationship, so strong emotion, and this emotion can be, can be that they are quarreling after maybe 2 days, yes, or and this is repeating because they need the emotion. But to see the difference from the point of view of these people who wants to emotion, so it can take a while to see that this voice, I mean this feeling, because it is not that you are listening this voice. It, you just feel this. You are changing this you're perceiving, and this can take a while. And the while can be, I don't know, maybe 1 month or too late, 2 years, for example, because this emotion can be so strong to have this because it is like a food for them. But they have to uh, realize that they have to change the food, and then you are less emotional if you are listening. You are less emotional because not every situation needs your emotion. But then you are stay relaxed, and when your brain is relaxed, and works better.
That being in a heightened state of emotions actually
Mhm.
clouds your ability to feel what your heart
All right.
has to say, right? So it's like that the heightened states of emotions actually don't help. So they are not
No.
helpful tool at all. But yet it's like, in any situation that is, either extremely great and we're like, whoa, the emotions can be positive, right? But then there is also the other end of like something really bad happened and the emotions really, but that almost turns the emotions sort of blend with fear and anxiety, etc. So both ends are actually not helpful, right? So
Mhm.
how do we not get into the
You
emotional
are in the
state?
middle. It is to be in the middle because then you can have this good emotion and you can have this bad emotion too because we are the humans, right? Do not fall in this bad emotion, deeply. So, uh, because if you fell in this, so this can ruin your life,
Because you can't get out. It's like once you
right?
fall so deeply, you sit. It's kind of like being stuck in the mud. It's very difficult to go back into your center, to the central part,
Right.
right? So it's about being in control rather than anything else.
Hmm.
It's being in control and knowing that actually if I push beyond that point, that's it. I can't come back
Right.
easily, right?
So you see, when you are sitting here, but if you are sitting here in the split emotion, strong emotion, so here is also a space for us, for help from your higher self. That higher self can bring you here in the middle. And here is exactly a zero. Here we have, for example, a minus, we have a plus, and here we have a zero. So yes, and it is exactly a 0 point field here. I don't know. Have you heard about this?
So it goes to quantum physics. It's the name given to any quantum field in its ground state, the state of lowest possible energy. Even when the field is cooled to absolute zero, quantum mechanics forbids it from being perfectly still. Instead, it still jitters and with irreducible random fluctuations. And those omnipresent fluctuations are the 0 point field. Is that it? Or not? And we don't want to go to quantum physics. Um,
Uh, it is a quantum state. It is because we are a quantum state. We are a quantum field. But this, what I want to tell, it is from my point of view, and of course from people who are developing the spirituality. You can create, for example, we have a +1, -1, and we put together, so we have a 0, right? So we have a 0. So this is the beginning. So when you are sitting in this level, so you are close to the God. You are uh, teaching yourself from your heart how to create the situation uh, with the harmony when you are listening your heart. So then when it's coming from your heart, it is close to 0. So, but I don't mean that in your life you will get a 0. No, I mean the harmony, it is a 0 because it have a plus and a minus. I will explain you in a different way. And you have uh, mm, a gum, gummy, yes, here. And when you stretch this gummy on the side, and so you see if this is very, far from you, so you have a tension here. And the same it is here from this, you have a tension. So if this tension, it works that it wants you go back here, right? So, and the same here. So you see, if you are sitting here, so you have no tension. You are free. Yes, you have this balance.
it's then the central points, the meeting of both,
Yes,
rather than being on one end of the spectrum than another.
yes,
You are in both at the same time.
right, right. And now, from this point of view, you see, when you are in balance and when you are without attention, so you go your path. And when you fell from this path, so then someone will tell, oh, this is a sin, but this is not the sin. This is just falling out from the path. So what you have to do then, go back on your path, right? So when you go back on the path, you are again on the path and you are without attention. Yeah,
Go back to the source, right?
right.
Going back into the source. Although, I guess like for some people, it's such a remote concept that there is so much power within them, like the higher self and everything else we talk about. It's actually, I guess, it can be really difficult to even start, right? Like it's a process, so you have to be open to shift little by little rather than
Mm,
think that you are going to become incredibly wise and open over a space of a day,
mm.
right?
That's why you asking for help. Yes, because you are awakening. So, but your mind is sleeping, and that's why don't recognize this path. But when you are on this path, so you are waking. So, and you remember, oh, that's me. It is nothing new. This is only this what we forgot. So we remember this. And then, as I said before, we know ourselves better. We are not only the body, we know the energy that we are very, very exactly. And if you connect with your energy, because there is no blocks, so you feel yourself, and then you can feel, oh, I'm so big, I'm so wide. So because you are meeting yourself. Without this, when your mind was turned to on your body, on this light from plexus solaris, so you couldn't recognize this. But when you are here, you are going back to yourself. So it is like this. And if you just now, as you think about this, so you see, it's a pure state to go back yourself. You feel like in home. So you see, so when you are knowing yourself, every day you're knowing yourself better because you you have this experience of yourself. And when you have this experience of yourself, this is what you meet. It is that you meet the love. So you are meet the love, and then you it is a next step of love, and the next step of love, and the next step of love. So you just we were talking about affirmation, that the best affirmation for me it is I am love. So you know, if you do this affirmation, so you will feel so much love in you. So this will be, I think, this can change people's life. So, but of course, they have to stay in this stage because some people say, okay, I felt this, and okay, now I'm back to my real life.
And it's
But
like, what's your real life then?
what is real life?
Yes.
Yes,
That's not quite, it's not quite like that. It's like you create your real life. Therefore, stay where you want to be rather than keep going.
yes. I am back to my real life. I back to my work, to my angry chief, and I have no time for it because I'm already late. So just please, I have to leave your my love. Leave you my myself to go to work because okay, no one will live with the dream. The real is to have to work, and from this you will get the money. So then, sorry, I no have a time for it, right? Yes. So then you're choosing your stressable job, and then you are doing the stressable job, and then yes, this is the real life. No, it is not.
And actually, if you
But
think about it for a second, whose interest, like in if we think just as a society in general, right, we have all been preconditioned that we have to go back to real life to work. And it all goes back into, UK, that was Victorian times, 1800s, with people where real work and factories, right? You had to go back, you had to just shut it all down and keep going. And regardless of how you felt, you just had to keep on going, right? And that mentality, I think, has stayed till today. It's somehow shifting now because obviously we have access to internet, different ideas. We are seeing that actually there is a different way to approach this altogether. But still, there is that dominance of the feeling of you have to just get on it, just shut up and get on with it. Like, what do you mean? You can dream the things, you can create your own reality. No, no, no. Like, you've got to shut up and keep on going because that's what keeps the economies moving.
Right, right. But you are not useful when you are independent. So, uh, so what to do? So they have to find out the result to put people down that they feel a prey and they can be independent. But this what I'm saying that it is not, when you are listening your heart, you are every day more independent. But it doesn't mean that you don't you have to work. You don't you don't need to be a part of someone else's dream. No, you can, but in a different way. Or even you can have your own dream on your life, and then you create your dream. And we need another people because we can't be, yes, we can't be, we can't be alone here. We came here together with another souls. We have an agreement with the souls to create together our dream. So you see, so we just have to change the dream.
But people are afraid to dream because the biggest fear of not it's the fear of it not coming true rather than it coming true, if that makes sense. We are afraid because that we don't want to fail in this. So therefore we don't
Right.
dream because we don't want to fail in the first place. But then you can't create something if you don't dream about it, right? So it's that vicious circle of like you sit in that space of being afraid to fail and not creating.
Yes, but because they are afraid because they don't know what is in the future. So someone said, very wise person, that if you fell, so you can raise up again and try again. Maybe you need this fell down, and because then you will learn from this and you try again. It is nothing wrong to fail.
That's it. And that's the thing. It's realizing that actually the largest strategy in your life is to never fail. And
Mhm.
and not the fact that you failed multiple times. It's the fact that you've never learned to fall and fail in whatever you've tried. So, and the more you do things, and actually the more you fail, because the failure is such a it's such a negative word, but it shouldn't be because it's the thing that teaches you to do something better, right? It's the best teacher. So
Right.
unless you fail, you never learn anything, and therefore, if you never learn anything, do you ever live? Right? That's the
Right.
yeah,
So to fail is good.
yeah.
So just when you accept this, that the part of your life it will be that you will fail. So then, if you know that, okay, you agree because this is a part of your understanding of yourself. So, okay, I know my better now. So now I'm trying this from another side, and maybe I should listen more my heart. Then you see.
Absolutely. Do you know what? Actually, one of the greatest examples of failure and sticking to knowing inside that you've got something good is J.K. Rowling. When she wrote Harry Potter, she approached something like 150 different publishers. 149 of them said no. Just one said yes. And look what became of Harry Potter today, right? Like she knew that was amazing story and she persevered. Like she didn't let that go down. She's like, nope, I know that's good. I need to keep going. And she did. Honestly, it was something crazy, like 150 publishers who said no, right?
Yes.
You only need
So
one
she
yes.
had her expecto patronum together.
That's it. That's the one. So, but it can be, as profound as that. It's like once you go with it, right? And it's like there's nobody stopping you. Nothing to tell you otherwise.
Right. Yes, because she believed in herself. So that's why she was successful. So you see, sometimes we got this failure because we have to know another people also. We have to know the situation also. So we knowing more. The results it is that we knowing no more. Excuse me. We knowing more. So if we knowing more, so we are successful. For our soul, it will be successful.
Because the problem is actually
This is the
partially the
problem.
definition of success. It's like we are conditioned to believe that certain way or certain outcome is a success. So we are conditioned to believe that a failure is a certain thing. But actually it's such an individual thing, right? Because we all have individual paths and to our souls, different outcomes mean different things. So actually learning to listen to what sits in your heart specifically is to learn what those definitions look for you. But in our society, we are pushed to believe that, look, this guy is successful. Look at his success, right? And then we are trying to create our success based on somebody else's definition of it. And that's actually just wrong. And it just comes back to knowing what is your.
Maybe I will tell you something more about that we have a picture of success. So we have this picture, but this picture is mostly outside of us, and we have this road between us and this picture. And what we used to do, we trying to force ourselves to fill up this picture what we have. So you see, you going out from yourself. But this what you do. It is knowing yourself, you are accepting yourself, and it is work in this way. So you have this pattern in yourself. That is you. Of course, you can modify the pattern because it is up to you. You have free will. It is depend of you. So you are able to do all the time. So only you have to change your beliefs. So when you are changing yourself, so you have to uh, uh, recognize that here is the pattern here, and here's it should be uh, the picture what you will find out after a while who you really are. And those pictures outside, it is mostly a condition to know yourself better.
It's a tough thing though to actually find who you really are. That's not a small. You make it sound like it's such an easy thing to do. Some people don't get to that point until very late in life, or if at all. You know.
it is up to them, of course. So, but for those who are here, I think they will understand. So they are going back to themselves. And of course, they can ask every day, a few times a day, of course, to their higher self for help to understand themselves better. And the state will appear.
That's simple as that. So, so in case you're in any doubt, you've got to just rewatch this episode again, and then all the answers to anything you need in here. But Ingvar, thank you for this. I think that's a great episode. And the thing with all of the topics we discuss, actually, once you start diving into something, it kind of goes like, a little bit more here, a little bit more here, a little bit more here. It's such a wide web that interconnects and interlocks with so many different parts of our life. It's not a sort of such a straight line, but it all comes back to that one thing, and that's right here inside you. So thank you for that. And next week we have a really interesting topic, and I think one that many people will want to find out more about. We're going to talk about how to, I guess, lead a happy married life, like a harmony when working with somebody else. Because actually, when you are married, you work together through life, right? Your paths connect. So how to create that harmony? So we've got some really really good things in store for that. So you've got to come back and watch. Brilliant. Well, thank you. Hit subscribe, and we will see you next week.
Yes, please subscribe and to see you again.